Today we're gonna focus on circular motion. But before we solve the question on circular motion, let's take the definition on circular motion. Okay, please write. Circular motion is a motion in a circular path. The characteristics of circular motion. So a circular motion has the following characteristics. That is, the first one is constant speed. The second one is changing velocity. The third one is centripetal acceleration. Please take note of this. A circular motion has the following characteristics. The first one is constant speed. The second one is changing velocity. The third one is centripetal acceleration. Okay. Now, this is what you need to know here, that for you to solve any question on circular motion, please take note of this, okay? For you to solve any question on circular motion, you have to know the formulas of circular motion, okay? Please understand this. The formula for circular motion is not the same as equation of circular motion. So let's know the formula for circular motion and also know the equation of circular motion, okay? Please write formulas related to circular motion. Formulas related to circular motion. So let's list out the formulas related to circular motion. Number one, we have centripetal force. Centripetal force. Okay. Centripetal force. Before we write down the formula for centripetal force, let's know what centripetal force is. Please write. Centripetal force is a force towards the center. That is force towards the center is called centripetal force. Please take notes. So mathematically, Fc is equal to mv squared over r. This is the mathematical expression of centripetal force. Please take notes. Okay, let's take the next one here. The next one is centripetal acceleration. Number two, centripetal acceleration. Okay, now the acceleration towards the center is known as centripetal acceleration. Acceleration towards the center. Please take notes. And mathematically, AC is equal to plus V squared over R. Okay, now this is how to know centripetal acceleration. We can know centripetal acceleration from centripetal force. Please take notes. How do we know that? Now, class, from this particular formula here for centripetal force, that is Fc is equal to mv squared over r. Relating this formula here with the linear formula for force, that is F is equal to ma. So when you compare these two guys here, when you compare this with this here, you know that this first one here, class, this first one is force, this is force. This second part here is mass, this is mass. So it means that this particular part, that is v squared over r, will take the place of acceleration, which is this one here, please take note. But in terms of circular part, we don't call it acceleration only, we call it centripetal acceleration. So that will be AC will be equal to v squared over r, please take note. So the next one, the next formula for circular motion we have to consider is linear speed or velocity. The next formula, that is formula 3 here, is linear speed or velocity. Then now let's take the definition of linear speed or velocity. The product of angular speed and radius of a circle is known as linear speed or velocity. The product of angular speed and radius of a circle is known as linear speed or velocity. So it means that, class, it means that linear speed and linear velocity is the same. Please take note. So mathematically here, V will be equal to omega r. Please take note. Okay. Mathematically, V is equal to omega r. Okay. So the V here is standing as linear speed or velocity. The omega here is standing as angular speed or angular velocity. Please take note. The arrow here is standing as radius. But there's what you need to know about omega. This symbol here, this symbol, which is omega, changes depending on what you are relating it with. Omega can be called angular velocity, can also be called angular frequency. Please take note. So when do we call omega angular velocity, and when do we call omega angular speed? If I'm relating this omega here with velocity or speed, you call it angular velocity or angular speed. Please take note. But if I'm relating this omega here with frequency, I will not call this omega angular speed nor angular velocity. Please take note. I will call this omega here angular frequency. Just like this formula here, that is omega is equal to 2 pi f. So in this formula, we are relating this omega with frequency. So I will call this omega here angular frequency. Okay. So this omega changes depending on what you are relating it with. Please take note. If you are relating this omega with velocity, you call the omega angular velocity. If you are relating this omega with frequency, you call this omega here angular frequency. Please take note. So let's take the last formula for circular motion, the last formula, that is formula 4, tangential acceleration. Tangential acceleration. This right? Tangential acceleration is the change in tangential speed. Tangential acceleration is the change in tangential speed. Okay, let's take a note here. The change in tangential speed is known as tangential acceleration. Please take note of that, okay? Class, mathematically here, let's write down the mathematical definition. Mathematically, AT is equal to alpha r, okay? The alpha there is called angular acceleration. The arrow here is representing radius. The alpha is angular acceleration. Please take note. The arrow here is representing radius, okay? Class, so let's solve equation here. Let's solve question 1 here. Okay, let's solve question 1 here. But before we solve this question here, class, let's understand the equation properly. When they said a particle of mass 10 raised to the power minus 2 kg is fixed to the tip of a fan blade which rotates with angular velocity of 100 rad per second. If the radius of the blade is 0.2 meters, the centripetal force is, okay? Now we are asked to find centripetal force. Of course, the definition of centripetal force is a force towards the center. But the mathematical formula for that is this. This is the mathematical formula. But before we write down the mathematical formula, let's write down solution first. Solution. Okay, the mathematical formula for centripetal force is Fc is equal to mv squared over r. Please take note of this. Where the m here is representing mass, the v is representing velocity or speed. The arrow here is representing radius. So let's pick up the given parameters from the equation. From the given parameters, from the equation here, the given parameters are: first is mass. Mass is 10 raised to the power minus 2 kg. The second one is the angular velocity or angular speed is the same, that is 100 rad per second. The unit for angular velocity is rad per second. And the third one here given to us is the radius, that is 0.2 meters. So when you write down the parameters here, mass is given to us as 10 raised to the power minus 2 kg. Angular speed is 100 rad per second. Radius is 0.2 meters, and we are asked to find force. Please take notes. So if we look into the available parameters here, mass is this, Velocity is not given to us. Radius is this. So the limitation here is the velocity. We have to ask ourselves here, is there any formula for us to calculate velocity and later replace it in this formula here? So the formula to calculate for velocity is this, with these available parameters, is this: v is equal to omega r. Please take note of this. So now let's replace our omega. Omega is 1000, r, which is radius, is 0.2. So 100, omega is 100, sorry, times 0.2. 100 multiplied by 0.2 is 20 meter per seconds. Okay, the unit of speed or velocity is meter per seconds. So we have calculated for the velocity here, but we are not asked to calculate for velocity in this equation here. We are asked to calculate for centripetal force. Okay, now calculating for centripetal force, Fc will be equal to, which is mv squared over r. Let's replace the parameters. The mass is 10 raised to the power of minus 2 times the velocity is 20 all squared over the radius is 0.2. So when you punch your calculator here, this expression here, this number here is written in standard form. So changing this number from standard form to decimal to linear number, this will be 0.01 times 20 squared is the same as 20 times 20, which is 400 over 0.2. So when you punch your calculator, 0.01 times 400 divided by 0.2 will give us 20 newtons. Please take note, okay? So the option here is B. Okay, let's solve the next question here to understand this topic properly.